Maybe somebody in the audience knows.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. This is Dr. J, Professor Spike and Arjun, streaming live from Long Island, New York, and Oakland, California. And we're here just chatting about stocks, about Ethereum, about Bitcoin, about NFTs. And Dr. J is trying to find out from my younger colleagues why Ethereum is linked to NFTs and Bitcoin is not. Is that just the way it is? Does that make Ethereum a better buy in some ways than Bitcoin? And I really don't know the answer to these questions. I kind of think, you own them both because both seem to have a tremendous chart. So I'm looking at the chart. You just own them both. And I also think your little gold is still good, although I was listening to Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, and he claims Bitcoin is the enemy of gold. That gold better watch out, Bitcoin is coming. But then again, he's a Bitcoin nut and leveraged the whole company into Bitcoin. So he's been raising capital at 1.5% interest rate and buying Bitcoin with it. So he's leveraging the whole company into a super Bitcoin play, MicroStrategy.
Right.
So that's an interesting company now because you don't know really, are you buying the software company or are you buying Bitcoin?
That's my question.
Bitcoin play or both? I guess it's
Are you
both.
buying coins or are you buying a company? What
Yeah,
are you buying?
But you're really investing in him and his judgment as to.
I think that's the safest way to summarize it. Yeah, because I don't have the answer to your other question, but I think you're definitely investing in that person.
So I listed MicroStrategy as one of the stocks we'll look at the chart of because it's interesting considering what it's evolved into. I remember him as a young CEO when the company just went public, MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. And what I remember about him is his little red sports car that he was driving around. And don't ask me why. He was like a young guy, probably around Arjun's age now, back in maybe it was 2000 or so that the company went public. So if he was 30 back then, he's probably in his low 50s, something like that. That's probably right. Anyway, maybe we will take a look at that chart along with GBTC and ETHE. So we'll talk a little blockchain stuff today, along with AABB, which is not blockchain so much, but they have a token called the AABBG token, which is interesting because it's backed by gold. Even if it's backed by gold 10% or whatever it is. Some of it is, some percentage of it is backed by gold. And they are definitely going, well, I don't know about definite, but there's a date of December 28th listed now as when they launch their exchange, crypto exchange, and that might give it a shot. Now, Ben Fowler is here. Ben is a bull on Asia Broadband, as you can tell. Should I read it? Asia Broadband, thumbs up, thumbs up. Massive things coming. Exchange on the 28th, which I mentioned already. Gold mines being added with the selling companies accepting shares as payment. That's interesting. And El Salvador expansion. Now is that a good thing, being headquartered in El Salvador? I guess it's different.
It's funny.
Yeah. But their play on the CEO, just like I think Michael Saylor is, MicroStrategy is a play on Michael Saylor. I think these kinds of companies very dependent on the man on top, especially a penny stock that has essentially one or two employees.
Yeah.
It's basically the CEO. I don't remember his name, but he seems like a go-getter type. So Ben is a big bull on AABB. I'm a little bull on AABB. I have a small investment, but it could run up because I'm expecting a pop on the 28th. I'm going to treat it like a Purdue run. So the morning of the launch, if it goes up 3 to 4 times, I'm out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If I can trade it through market,
when you put your money down on the red, you're supposed to pull it off once the ball drops on the red
flag. When the shooter crops out after holding the dice for half an hour, the whole table leaves.
Yeah.
Catches and leaves. So it's kind of the same thing. Okay. So there's a lot of our loyal viewers are with us. Spoon has been here a long time.
Yeah, longer than me even.
10:15 p.m.
Oh, there you go.
That is a long time.
Sandwich.
Shalom, MA.
Shalom.
MA is a bull on some of the biotechs. Marco, good morning, everyone. Andrew, good morning. Patrick making money on DWAC.
Very nice.
Good for you.
Very
Although
great.
MA. MA is bullish the Dr. J, Arjun, Professor Spike show. Thank you, MA.
Buy it. Buy
Buy it.
calls on it.
Buy it. Patrick, I thought Patrick was going to hide in the hills till.
Yeah, no, he's headed towards the bunkers.
Yeah, but he's apparently nibbling away at DWA.
Right. Just remember, Patrick's opinions are his own also.
Everyone's opinions on this show are their own and do not constitute investment advice. As always, do your own due diligence. Check with an advisor before acting. Remember, your dog could be an advisor. 1 bark means no, 2 means yes. Or your wife could be an advisor. 1 bark means no, and 2 barks means yes. Or your husband, whatever the case may be.
Same.
What is this? What is Patrick asking, Ben? When the entire nation is on ADA, you betcha cryptos are king. What is ADA? The Department of Defense language that was supposed to replace C++ and Java? What is ADA? American Dental Association.
Everything old is new.
The American Dental Association or the now defunct Department of Defense language. I have no idea what ADA is. You got me. You got
the
me,
American Disabilities Act.
Patrick, what is ADA? You got Dr. J. You stumped me.
Yeah, is it the American with Disabilities Act?
That's what it is.
Yeah, American Disabilities Act. That's another one. So we got
is it the American Dental Association?
Oh, the American Dental
Association, the Department of Defense language.
You're absolutely right, Chick.
Ada Lovelace, right? Ada Lovelace.
There's actually a really nice coffee shop down the street called Ada Cafe. I go there quite a bit.
Ada Lovelace, the first programmer. Ada Lovelace programmed.
She's known as the first programmer.
Oh yeah, the Steelers stink. Steelers stink.
Yeah, I can't believe I put my money behind those guys.
Score was close.
We stink. I'm drinking to their crappiness.
All right, drink to their crappiness. Jiggly says they both stink. The Bills and Steelers.
I don't think the Bills stink. I think they just ran into a buzzsaw.
Belichick. How can you can't beat
That's
Belichick?
very generous of you, Arjun.
Belichick is too good.
I think the Bills are fine.
Belichick is the master coach. He's like a magician, Belichick.
Yeah.
MA is wondering why the market is down, even though Jigglypuff is here.
Yeah, well, right, exactly. Maybe we needed a boost.
You know, this has been a very schizophrenic market. We said so on Tuesday when it looked like it was going right to new highs. Dr. J soberly reminded everyone that it's been a schizophrenic market. Be a little careful. Of course, Arjun is very convinced that the VIX has retreated and we're safe.
I believe so.
So we'll take a look. We'll take one more look at the global picture as well. MA is very narrow in its definition of the market. It means his stuff.
Patrick is explaining his ADA remark.
XBI just closing the gap, or you think?
Yeah,
I am not. We'll look at XBI. We'll try to look at a lot of things.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
I'm not bullish, Bio. I was, and
I know.
now
All that optimism.
What do we think of the genomic stocks like Exact Sciences, PacB, Irons, Fate, Vertex? Yeah. They're all good names, all very good names, all very good companies. Again, I don't know the charts on them, but
just like you
rattled off 5 very good companies. France score, and fundamentally they're all very, very good. Again, the charts I'd have to look at. Patrick said he was all cash out.
Right.
Jiggly. What's true? Well, it's true one day may not be true the next day.
Yeah.
It has an explanation. El Salvador is on Cardano, ADA.
That's what ADA is. That's right. Was that the news that El Salvador was going to totally embrace crypto for its economy?
Yeah.
So I think that was the news that this is all based off of.
More Bills, Patriots talk.
Oh, okay. ADA is Cardano. Okay.
El Salvador blesses it. I got you. Bills were a 99% chance to make the playoffs for one ago. If they lose Sunday at Tampa Bay, they're a 17% chance. Jiggly, they're going to make the playoffs, right? Mark my words, they're going to make the playoffs.
The Bills will make the playoffs. The Patriots will make the playoffs. What are you worried about?
The AFC is so bad.
Weekend trap being set right now.
Tampa Bay will make the playoffs, of course.
Does that mean that trading more is bullish or bearish? Which way is the trap?
Well, yeah, that's what I see a little bit of weakness on the S&P because it couldn't take out.
Trading more is being bearish with that remark.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why is the stock market not taking this inflation issue that much more seriously?
Because I think it already did. I think it was the fear of what they said they might do. Like that put the fear index to the highest it was since COVID. So I think it's done.
Yeah, but you have at least 2 raises by the Fed that's been already factored in. Probably 3 tightening cycles of a quarter of a point each for next year, which when you stop and think of it historically, when the Fed has begun to tighten, the market has done very, very well.
Right.
So, I'm not that worried. And also, I think they may bring the word transitory back once the supply problem is fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm not convinced that this inflation
by that time monkeys will fly out of my back.
Be like 1970s. I don't know that that's the case.
Right.
No, it's certainly not the same issue at all.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is
people want the stuff.
So to answer this question on XBI, it's because when we charted it on Tuesday, remember we wanted a weekly engulfing green to 120. Instead, we just got nothing.
Yeah.
So I think bios will do fine at some point next year, but this week is not the week, and that proves it.
One of the problems with bios and big pharma and big pharma for that matter is the fact that this is the one thing the Democrats and Republicans can agree on: lower prices for drugs.
Yep, the pharmacy costs. I agree. Pharmaceuticals. Yeah, Jiggly remembers. He knows.
Jiggly pays a lot of attention.
You know something? I'm sorry I left Tandem also.
Yeah.
Eek. Sorry.
Yeah, MA says Tampa Bay will. I think Tampa Bay will make the playoffs. Look, you have Belichick and Brady both going to be in the playoffs.
They're both going to be in the Super Bowl.
It's possible. America needs a Jake.
Apparently, the odds say that's the most likely Super Bowl.
Special for you, Jake. Jake sent me a text. He says I can give it to everyone on the show. As always, his opinions, like our opinions, are strictly his own and do not constitute investment advice. Should I whisper it just for the people that are viewers? Jake likes Hood for a turnaround. He likes Hood.
Ford.
Hood.
Robin Hood.
Oh
my gosh. You said that too loud.
Oh, wow. All right, we'll delete that.
You're going to wake everyone up with that.
We'll cut that from the tape.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, but being that Jiggly,
Well,
that's the Jake play.
It's in the zeitgeist anyway.
I tend to agree with him. Actually, I've been looking at this.
Really?
What are you looking at?
Hood.
Oh, Hood.
Hood.
I have ARDX doing from last show. ARDX, is you up or down on that one? Since you bought it on the show, what did you buy it at?
Hold on, I need to look at this.
ARDX. Remember? Do you still own it? ARDX?
I do. Sorry, I don't have my account open. I need to take a look. I forget when it.
It's hard to do a live buy when your account closed.
Yeah, I guess I gotta open it for today. I think I'm down. I think I'm a little down on the buy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it was showing the nibble signs, so that's what I did. Yeah, well, actually, no, I'm up.
Oh, you're up.
Yeah, because I bought it. Yeah, I bought it definitely a little lower. Let's see. I think I got it at like something in the 140s.
And what is it now?
157.
All right, so you're making money.
Yeah, I got it at 148. Nice. Okay, so I'm up like 9 pennies.
All right.
Cool.
All right, so we'll chart. That makes sense to have a comment on Hood. If AMTD was bought by Charles Schwab and E-Trade was bought by Morgan Stanley, why wouldn't Hood be bought out in the future?
I mean, Hood might become the one buying out other people. That's my take.
That's possible too.
So it's not obviously it's not a traditional model, but that's fine.
But if we're going to chart it all, we got to get to it.
Yeah,
I think Robinhood needs to be taken very seriously. They have the youth by the cojones.
You want to start with Hood?
Yeah, but without
yeah,
you might as well.
I mean, because I think even though there's a lot of disadvantages, it has the best looking and sleekest platform, and that's worth something. Like, it looks cool. It gamified it in a way that others can't. Did Dr. J freeze?
Right, and also that being so much more liberal in terms of
Let's
fractional share.
take a quick look at
You
the,
have to
at
get
the
rid of
overall
Magnificent
markets.
X's,
S&P is flat. Dow is flat. NASDAQ is flat.
You got to get rid of the comments. So that we can
Everything
see
is
each other.
flat. Today is a
Oh yeah, Dr. J, can you get rid of the comment?
day. Might as well have taken the day off. Flat. All right. The hood and then the XBI, right?
Yeah, can you take the comment off the screen?
The MicroStrategy, Athersys, the usual suspects.
Right. You also said CTIC, which I was interested in.
I could.
Okay.
I'm hoping my computer doesn't freeze out, bug out on me. It's a little slow. It is a little slow. Why did I load Oracle? But maybe that's an interesting thing that I loaded. Today it's up huge. Huge move today. I guess the earnings news, I guess, right? And I think that they made most of their money on cloud computing. It's all in the clouds. It's all in the clouds. Larry Ellison is from around here. Isn't he monks or something? Professor Spike, Larry Ellison. He was from New York, right?
He certainly worked there for a long enough time. I'm not sure.
I think he was born in the Bronx. Could be
Really?
wrong.
I can look it up.
The stock is flying today. An oldie but a goodie. Remember when Oracle was like the in stock to own? The people don't
Until they
talk
bought
about
Java.
Oracle much. Yeah, whatever.
Oracle in the old
Let's
days was
look
like
at
Intel in the old days. They couldn't do anything in the old days. They couldn't do anything right until they started doing everything right.
Yeah. All right, Robinhood. Robinhood.
Let's chart it.
All right, we're down today. So Jake's figure is it will.
He was born in the Bronx.
The question is, when will it turn? Question. Is it a turnaround today, or is it a turnaround play a month from today?
That's the question, right?
I like it long term, but the question is, I hesitated to give it out on the show because short term it looks so weak.
It looks icky po.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think it might
very,
be
very
nearing. I think it might be nearing some kind of support. I forgot to look at this.
Well,
yeah, I mean, I would be looking to add a
we
lot at
it.
1750. But yeah,
It broke support and it continues to make new lows.
Well,
it is another one of these falling
yeah.
knife plays. Falling knife play. Low 2058 on last week, on Monday. And today's low is 2057. It broke the low by a penny. I don't know. It's risky here, Jake, but Jake has been pretty hot lately. So
yeah,
I think this has got to be this has got to be a put sale play. This looks like you sell the 20s, get a nice premium. Because then you just want to take the shares. Well, the thing is, like on a day where you're down 5%, the puts go up exponentially more. That's like my whole point, right? So you want to sell that fear.
Would you buy it here? Looking at this chart,
I think I need to see that low hold a little bit more convincingly.
I want to see at least one green candle.
Yeah, exactly. I need a nibble sign.
Yeah. But at the same time, I like don't mind speculating to enter by selling a put.
That's very wise. If you're willing to take the shares anyway.
Right. Like if you go a couple weeks out, you can sell the 20 or the 19, and you can buy it for maybe like 17 or 18.
If it goes that low, so then you're really betting on it to go lower.
Right, but no, you're not. You're betting that this is the bottom because you're selling the fear. You're selling the put.
Right. You could nothing wrong with walking away with the premium, and then you could just enter the stock higher.
Right.
Yeah, because I would rather do that than just buy the shares.
If you see a turnaround coming, that's the way to do it. And even if it takes a little while, you get a little bit of play in there.
Yeah. So I'm going to say my opinion, my play is you go to December 23rd, you sell the $20 put, maybe you sell the $19 put.
How much is the $20 put?
$20 put pays you about $1.15. Not bad.
Wow.
No, not bad at all.
So that'll get you a break even of $18.85 if you want to buy it for that.
What's the strike? Which strike?
The 20.
20.
The 20s.
Wow.
That's not bad.
What month?
December 23rd. That gives you 13 days.
Wow, that's really nice premium.
That's a nice, yeah. I think like stocks like this tend to have nice premiums because people are speculating on them a lot.
I'm almost tempted to do it live on the show, but I won't.
All right, I'm gonna do a live put sale.
Oh, you are?
There you go.
All right, I'm selling one of the 20s expiring December 23rd, and I'm getting $1. Okay, I got filled for $1.17.
Wow, very nice. Very nice. So there you go, Jiggy. You asked for a live trade, and you got it.
I gave you a live sell instead of a live.
Yeah. So if somebody else, if somebody out there followed along, you have to really complete what the strategy is.
Oh, right. So I'm basically running the wheel because what I would do there is 13 days out, if you want the shares, you want to be maybe in the 19s. Anything above 1883, because that's 20 minus the premium, I'm getting a deal on the shares. If it goes lower, then I'm holding the shares, and then maybe I start selling calls on those shares at like the 22, the 24, the 20. So basically, you
just hold on to it then, and just wait for the ride up.
Exactly.
So then when do people pull the trigger and buy the shares?
Oh, I mean, we need to see this bottom hold. Like Dr. J said, we need
I'm just saying in terms of helping the people out.
Oh, well, it'll auto buy them for you if the stock price is under $20.
Okay, done.
Yep. So.
All right, can we look at the XPI now?
Yeah, let's do it. And yeah, I don't think we're gonna like what we see. Story of bios.
Only down 0.5%.
Go down, Moses.
Yeah, but it looked way better earlier in the week.
The descent is slowing, and it still looks very likely based on this pronounced candle on Monday that we may have very well seen the bottom at 106.92. If that's true, then any buying anywhere is good. But on the other hand, it could easily fill the gap here to 109.58.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it for a gap fill. and not for a new low. So I mean, if you want to play it really, really like with a slide rule, you buy it at 1175, 975, 111, 109.75, and get rid of it if it makes a new low.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And maybe you want to give odds on it going up versus down?
Well, we discussed that the last time, right?
Well, yeah, but
Is
I
this
mean,
is this the index that I drew the lines and asked you which way what bet would you take? Or that it go up to this line
yeah.
or down to that one?
Well, the thing is, on Tuesday I was betting up, and now I'm betting down.
That's funny.
Well, in other words, you would give up on your original bet and now change it to bet it to make a new low before it makes that 117. More like.
I mean, I just really don't like. Yeah, I don't like yesterday's candle at all.
Yeah, yesterday's
it looks very toppy.
Pretty ugly candle, no question.
Because it wasn't able to take out that prior high, and so I'm just like, this is guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have a chart like this, it's just difficult to go in.
Yeah, I just can't say with any conviction. Yeah.
But if you have a chart, let's look at MicroStrategy, MSTR, right? MicroStrategy. We were talking about Michael Saylor. Today's candle is also ugly, as Bitcoin must be sliding today, otherwise this one would be up. It follows pretty much Bitcoin, and it's actually a leveraged Bitcoin. The way he explained it, he can borrow money for 1.5% and buy Bitcoin with it, and that's probably what they've been doing. They've been buying every bit.
What's the ticker for this? MS?
MSTR.
Okay.
He's been buying the dip. So this is a leveraged way to play Bitcoin. And also you're getting the benefits of his software business.
Right.
And you have a very solid bottom, a triple bottom on this one. This low is like a triple bottom at 565.73.
Yeah.
You might wait at this point for it to get closer, 570 to go in.
Yeah, you could argue it's sitting on support on the weekly. The weekly looks good. But
All right, I'll turn to the weekly. But right now, this number, 565.73, looks like solid support on the daily.
I think you're right. And I think that actually coincides with the 50 on the weekly. So, yeah.
The 50 on the weekly has been taken out today.
Oh, you're right. What was I I was looking at the 55 EMA. But, yeah, I mean, either way, it doesn't look great.
Look at the support the 50 had been offering.
Yeah.
It had been offering some excellent support. So this having been taken out is not a good sign, and the weekly looks uglier than the daily. The daily,
yeah,
you have that solid support where I drew the line.
But you still have a lot of touches here, though. You still have a lot of touches.
Well, this would be the corresponding point, 556.35. Right.
Yeah. So there's an argument this is on support even here.
Yes. But it appears that the place to enter is a little bit lower than where we are.
Yeah, yeah.
And then let's see if GBTC corresponds. How, I mean, they're not the same thing. Bitcoin is not the same thing. MicroStrategy is not a Bitcoin ETF.
Right.
It is not. So it could have a slightly different look to it, the chart, the GBTC.
Right.
And the chart of GBTC has a scarier look to me. This is a scary looking chart.
This is the weekly.
Out of weekly. Let me go to the daily.
No, but that's okay. It's pretty telling right there.
Very scary.
Wait, get back in.
Yeah, ugly candle.
And we're very much at the bottom on this one where we weren't on MicroStrategy. We're already at the bottom on Bitcoin.
Right.
Yeah, well, you need that nibble sign first.
So Bitcoin, 36, I couldn't see that low. 36.69, I think it was. 36.56 today, so it took out that low. We made a new low today from lower than Monday's candle, slightly. It looks very weak. Bitcoin looks scary weak right now, GBTC. Where is there real strong support? Real strong support comes in right about here.
I think that's going to be where it's going. That's my prediction, because I think Bitcoin needs to retest something in the 44s, and that would coincide with that.
No, this would be more like 31,000 Bitcoin, 3137. So it would be more like 32,000 on Bitcoin. This would be a bigger drop.
You think Bitcoin's going?
I'm not saying it is, but that the line that I drew for support would be about that. Well, where is it now? 36? Where is Bitcoin trading at now?
Bitcoin's at 48. So I think.
Oh, it's 12,000 more. So if this is 31, it would be 43. This would correspond to Bitcoin 43,000.
Okay, I think Bitcoin will go to the 44s because I was charting it the other day, and then so yeah, I think this might have more downside.
Isn't there a way to chart it, the BTC.X or something?
You have it there. It's under your cryptocurrencies on your right side of your screen. You can just click it.
I do?
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, there it is. That one.
So let's actually chart Bitcoin, which should look very, very similar. 47,800 now. Down 2% a day, down 2%.
Yeah.
That's a big pullback for Bitcoin today. Its highs were 20,000 more, right? Its recent high was like 67,000. Is that right? Yeah, 67,000.
Yeah,
roughly.
I mean, I think Bitcoin,
789.
I think Bitcoin's gonna retest something about 2,000 or 3,000 lower, and then it'll bounce.
This is an ugly candle today. Ugly candle.
Very ugly. Yeah, I think Bitcoin is in trouble the rest of the year, but then I think next year it'll rally.
Well,
so don't rush to buy Bitcoin. Don't rush.
Or if you really must, you just take a tiny position looking to add.
Right.
40,735 looks like solid support here. Very solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we'll get quite there, but I do think we're going to have to go down at least a couple thousand more.
Well, the 200 was taken out on the daily on last Thursday, right? Last Thursday, this ugly candle here, but it bounced back. So the 200 may offer support just right below where we are.
Yeah.
If it closes below the 200, then I think 40,735 is in play on Bitcoin.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
So I want to see the 200-day moving average hold here on Bitcoin. How about its friend, its brother? Is it doing better?
They usually move in parallel, or at least that's what I've noticed.
They were doing worse today.
Yeah.
Big hit, 5.38% on ETHE.
Yeah, I think this one is going to retest 3,500.
It's down a good clip for the last week or so.
I like
Yeah.
3,500 as support personally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of touches on the 3,500 through
It
that last.
was 4,900. It was 4,900. It dropped about 20% off that.
Yeah, I think both ETH and Bitcoin, I'd say wait a few weeks to enter.
This one you want to see that the 100 holds. If the 100 doesn't hold, I think you're looking at the 200, which is a similar number to similar support area for Bitcoin.
Yeah, the way it bounced really fast off 3,500 makes me think that I think that'll end up being support.
Well,
but yeah,
it's possible that the 100 is support here at 39.5.
Well, yeah, but we got to see. These last two candles are not good. They're not good.
Wow. It looks ugly.
Yeah. So I wouldn't rush to buy this.
Not as ugly as Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks ugly right now.
Yeah.
Well, again, I mean, this technology is probably better.
Today's action is the weekly. The weekly looks better than the Bitcoin weekly. This one actually, the chart looks better than Bitcoin, but they go in sync pretty much.
Right.
It's just a question of which one goes up more or down more.
I like this one better. My opinions are my own.
And do not constitute investment advice.
Nope.
Actually, they're an indicator of what not to do.
If you like all the words of wisdom you're hearing today, and even if you don't like it, please take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. Because that makes Professor Spike very happy and Arjun happy, and Dr. J happy. You want to make us happy?
You want to know what makes me happy?
No, don't, nothing dirty. It's a clean show.
Making money on these things. I wasn't going to say, I was thinking dirty stuff, but I wasn't going to say it on the show.
Oh, well, okay. I just have to be sure. Athersys is a stock that since GVB, Gil Van Brocklin, whatever his name is, Gil Van, it always reminds me of the Philadelphia quarterback, Norm Van Brocklin, but it's Gil Van Brocklin, I think. Since he was kicked out, the stock has been on a super decline. He was kicked out about $2.50 a share, and it's now $1 a share. So maybe they shouldn't have kicked him out. But that was the problem with the Japanese. The Japanese fellow on the board got rid of him. He won the battle. And the old CEO had a lot on the ball with GVB. One of the reasons I went into this to begin with was because of him. I know he was unpopular towards the end because one disappointment after another. Who are you going to blame? The man at the top. But I think it's time to nibble on this one. It may be time to go in more than nibble. You have a 4-month timeline at least. The last patient dosed in the Japanese trial was the end of March. So count off 1 year from that. It's simple. The end of March, 1 year later, is still the end of March, right? If we do 12 months plus March,
technically,
I'm trying to calculate this. It's a high level math problem. So by the end of March, the 1 year follow up will be done. March, we're talking 2022. Assuming there's no other catalysts that we don't know about, like a European partner or something like that. Assuming no other catalysts, you have about a 4-month wait before the data will be unblinded. And at some point, you don't mind waiting. You want a position. So look at it this way: good data on stroke, and this thing should be $5 overnight. Bad data, 0 overnight, close to 0. Maybe not 0, but 50 cents.
I'm still holding those shares that you maybe promised to buy, even though you forgiven me. Jiggly's actually asking if we're talking about this so much. We actually own it. And the answer is yes.
I got rid of most of my shares. Remember, I've been shedding shares from high ones all the way down to $1.35 was my last batch.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna wait.
Started buying back. I'm still buying, so I had a huge amount. I'm not going to go up that high again, but I am going to go maybe halfway back.
Okay, sounds good. Well, at a third of the price, you might as well.
Yeah, at this price, I figure $1 a share. It's worth it. It's definitely worth a gamble. Win, lose, or draw. I won't cry if I lose, and I'll be thrilled if I win because this stock owes me money. And I think
did you have CTIC for a reason, Dr. J? Since we're
what's that?
You put CTIC on your list. I was wondering why.
CTIC, I thought it had a little life this morning, but I think it sold off.
Okay. I was just wondering because the other stuff we've been talking about is pretty hot stuff. This was the only one that was sort of not like the others.
Well, don't forget, it was just a delay of 3 months for the FDA to reconsider. Probably 1 month has gone by already, so a couple of months from now, you will get a PDUFA decision on MF.
You got a lot of the gang talking about AUPH on that same basic idea of shooting too early.
Oh yeah, the arena, the buyout.
Arena.
You want to take a look at that one, Dr. J? Because some enough people are talking about
Arena, but this chart, I think at this point, there's a good chance that we put in a bottom just on Tuesday at what is it, 98 cents? I can't see.
Yeah, just be careful. Bio's looking like Drek. Just be careful.
Exactly.
Bio's looking like Drek. So I mean,
however
if
low you go lower.
If you buy it at $1 and it goes to 88 cents, buy more at 88 cents. You got to be willing to average down on this one with the anticipation of let's say in April unveiling of the data. They're never on time. So the end of March will become April.
Yeah.
Or May. I mean, it shouldn't. It's a simple matter. Show the people the freaking data. You're done with it. Look at how. Look at how
that's
often that. Yeah, tell that to CVM, right? All right.
The waiting for Godot moment. That was like waiting for the Mueller report.
Yeah, that's true. It
was like,
redacted, right?
I could actually live a life.
AUPH looking good today.
AU, look at that.
We're up at 8 pennies. Looking good. Anything green looks good to me, I'll tell you. If it's green, I'm happy. Even if it's 8 pennies, I'm happy. Now it's 6 pennies. If I keep looking at it, it'll go red.
Right.
Don't we have solid support where we drew the line? It's solid, man.
Yeah.
This is solid. 1730 is the bottom. We know where the bottom is. It's definitely a buy because other buyouts offers will come in down the road. Get a couple of good earning reports and get 1 or 2 good earning reports. Show that you're selling the doggone drug, and you'll get some nice offers here. Probably more than the BMY offer. The BMY offer was rumored to be 44. I doubt it was that much.
Right.
I think it was probably 38. All right, anyway, Aurenia, there's really nothing to talk about. You're in it for the buyout, and that's it. They will be bought this year. Pick a price. You might as well just average in. That's my look at it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Strictly a buyout play. They're not in it to win it. They're in it to be bought. Not to win it. As an investor, I'm happy about that because if I buy for $21.25 a share, I'd be very thrilled to get $39 a share, let alone MA is $80 a share.
Right.
MA still saying $80 is possible. Look, anything is possible. MA is not wrong. $80 is possible. I'm just thinking the buyout will be more like $43 a share, something like that. But I think it'll come. All right. What else did I have listed?
You had listed CTIC, ABB, ATHX, CT Bitcoin, Sava, Biopath, and then I added Merck and Myrna and Lucid. So it's a dealer's choice. We have 8 minutes, so we can do a couple of these.
Sava, it looks to me like the best results so far of any Alzheimer's drug company. And if you can believe the results, and I see no reason why you can't. I mean, the SEC inquiry and the NIH inquiry, I think just for show, they had to respond to that lawsuit.
Yeah, we might be near or at support.
I think so. It's worth nibbling here. It's worth owning at least a few
The
hundred.
weekly might be a little more telling.
We are if this, let's face it, there's nothing. The Biogen drug is nothing. No, probably nobody's taking it even. But this drug not only will stop progression, but will reverse progression. Reverse it. So, this could be $1,000 a share down the road. How can you not own a little of it? That's how I see it. There's nothing for AD. It could be bigger than Viagra, bigger than Lipitor, bigger than any of the blockbuster drugs. Of course, could be.
Right. I mean, it seems to me that it's gonna be a cocktail, but they're not gonna know the ingredients for a good decade or so.
This will be the first one to actually reverse progression. So it could be more like a host of others to follow, kind of like Lipitor was followed by Crestor and a bunch of others, right?
Gotcha.
In the same class, not necessarily a cocktail. All right. So off the chart, we are at support. It's a good nibble here. Of course, if for some reason SEC finds them guilty of some major infraction, there's trouble. Minor infraction, no big deal. And as MA likes hypothesized that it's quite possible SEC will uncover things about the short sellers that might be tied to big pharma.
Right.
Somewhat unlikely, but anything is possible. Once there's an inquiry, you never know where it's going to lead to. So the initiators of the inquiry might get burnt more than Kasabi. That would be beautiful if that happened, of course.
It would be some poetic justice for certain.
Yeah, it would.
Did you want to? Did you want to look at Lucid for me?
Sure.
When I decided to jump back in today, and I'm wondering if I made a smart enough move.
Up nicely. You're back in, Professor Spike?
I just went in this morning.
Looks
I don't see
good.
any-
So, what are we on the weekly? This is the weekly.
We're on the
Right,
weekly. The weekly is below. Let's look at the daily because you really can't tell much from the weekly.
Yeah. The weekly says don't buy.
Don't buy yet, right?
Daily
Oh,
says
not
maybe.
really. The weekly doesn't have enough info.
Yeah, but I would say even this doesn't look great. Well, you want to see a long tail today, but yeah, it doesn't look great.
Right.
Let's see if this low can hold.
How come the stock says it's up a buck and change, but the chart says it's not?
Because of the open. The open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could have a red candle and still be up.
Yeah, because it's all about like, do you close higher than you open?
Well, hopefully.
All right, so I think this is support right at this low in here.
Yeah.
Interesting. 32. I had that number originally.
$33 is support. It's also in the middle. It's also in the middle of the body of this big green candle, which I like. It could be a little bit lower than that.
Yeah.
That's where I picked originally, actually, but I didn't feel like waiting that long. I got impatient.
32, 33 looks like excellent support on this. Should this falling knife continue, that would be the place to add. If you own it already now, I wouldn't sell it. I would just hold it and look to add.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Oh no, I'm not looking to change my mind. I think I made the right move, but I could have probably been a little bit more.
What else did you want me to chart?
Oh, did you want to do either Merck or Moderna or Charge Point?
Whichever one you want.
I was going to make it a dealer's choice.
All right, Moderna.
Because then we'll hit the hour mark right after that.
On the daily, we have a nice comeback. It was lower than that. It was this. What am I looking at here? This green candle was as low as 233 today. Holy mackerel.
Wow.
I think it's an excellent buy here. I think it'll fill this gap without a problem. So I think this is a good buy. I think it should easily fill this gap at 272, whatever that is.
Yeah.
It doesn't show me what it is, but I think it's 272. So this looks quite bullish to me. I like the bullish, solid green candle today, even though it opened way low. I don't know why it opened that low. There were some safety issues regarding children, I know, but I think that just like Pfizer, they're gonna prove that their booster works against Omicron, and they're going to be developing a combo shot that's specific to Omicron if necessary. they're very neck and neck, head to head, neck and neck with Pfizer. So this
Why
one.
do you think? Why do you think the FDA is not having these people strategize like the flu shot in terms of those updating their formulas on a regular basis? Is there a reason for that?
That they're not strategizing.
No, that the FDA is not supporting this idea of a graduated, evolving version like we have with the flu shot.
Well, it's unclear
That's sort of defined by the variants that arise.
I think it's unclear that what exactly what we need is unclear. That's why.
I mean, enough people are talking about treating this like the flu.
But it's not the flu.
Yeah, not yet.
And the flu shot is highly ineffective. This shot is highly effective, highly efficacious. The flu shot is 50% efficacious.
Right.
So it's a different game. It's a different animal, different virus.
Okay.
And you know the FDA and the NIH and the CDC and all these agencies that we have, and who and what all of these things. There are a lot of initials. Got a lot of initials. So I think there's a large amount of uncertainty because there's still a lot of unknowns.
I don't know. It just seems like, for instance, in a couple months, I'm going to be at my year anniversary. So I figured, okay, I'll take a booster, and then I'm, but the booster is the exact same formula of what I would have taken a year before. Just seems a little bit weird to me.
Well,
but that's me. I'm sure I'm like the only one who thinks that way, because most of the people who are anti-vax would be like, well, why would I have to worry about 2 formulas or 3 formulas or 4 formulas?
Right.
Even the anti-vaxxers, a lot of them have given up and are taking it.
It's true.
I know more and more anti-vaxxers that said, "F it, I'm taking it."
Yeah, I mean, people just want their life back.
They're taking last year's drug.
Angela Merkel is out. The new chancellor of Germany said, if you don't want to die this winter, take the damn flu shot.
Pay the $2. Pay the $2.
COVID shot. What's his name? I don't even know his name. I just know he said something like that. I don't know exactly.
He hasn't made his splash yet.
I don't know exactly how he put it. And he said it in German, not in English, so maybe it's different.
Did you want to say goodbye to everybody on the way out because we hit the hour mark?
Okay. Is there any one last request or something on a stop?
I'm looking.
No, I mean, I'm feeling better about the macro picture. I think SPY can resume. I think bio is not good. And yeah, I think the VIX is dying a slow, painful death. It's lovely. I love ding dong, the VIX is dead. The wicked VIX.
Yeah, well, I've been holding that one for about a year now, so I'll kill it and bury it at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
see we have some new people have joined us since before. Big Silencia, good to see you.
Yeah.
Chris,
let's read some comments. Sounds good.
Yeah, so I think it was a very interesting discussion. We started talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum at the beginning of the show, trying to resolve some questions that Dr. J had, and you guys didn't help much. Thanks. No, I think we did. I think we just had a nice discussion on blockchain Did we mention the link between Ethereum and NFTs? I was confused about that, but I think
Yeah,
Arjun.
I'm not any less confused. Nobody's really come out with any, no notion of how you could buy the technology without necessarily buying the coin.
But Arjun, you're saying that the exchanges to buy NFTs, you must use Ethereum on most of them, right?
Any of them can use it.
Right,
It's
Arjun?
just a question of the contract.
Wait, sorry, say that again.
I'm asking you if you want to buy NFTs, most of these exchanges that sell NFTs require Ethereum.
Yeah, Ethereum based. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so that's the wrap for today. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends about us. And we're going to see you all early next week on Tuesday. Hope for a bullish end of the day, a bullish Monday. Booyah. Who says booyah?
Your friend Jim.
Ciao. We say ciao. Adios, amigos. How's that?
Yeah, that's much better. I still like good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
Good night, Mr. Or how about say good night, Gracie?
Oh, say good night, Gracie. That's not a bad one.
Not a bad one. Say good night,
Good.
Gracie.